Welcome back everyone, this is MandoAllDay, back with another video. And in this video, I'll be doing an overview of Batman Hush. This is Batman from the Hush storyline. I'll be talking about the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So, let's take a look at front of the box. This side, the back, which I really like the art. The other side, top, and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at the figure outside the box. As always, we do come with the card. This is the front of the card looks like. The back of the card. It comes with these extra batarangs. It comes with 2 of them. So we got 2 little batarangs on there. Not much detail on the batarangs. It just has that simple sculpture design. Very clean looking. Again, not much to it. And it does come with 2 extra hands. It comes with fists, so the first one is going to be left fist. Not much to it to the color, same color as his body, but it just has a fist on here. But on the other hand, it has same thing, a fist for his right hand, but it comes with a ring. And I'm trying to remember, why did he have a ring, or what's the purpose of the ring? Again, it's been a while since I read the Hush story. I don't remember too much, but it comes with a ring. I'm assuming because of the Catwoman, I think. I could be wrong, though. Or is it because he fights Superman, this kryptonite? Again, it's been a while since I've read Hush, but there you go. And of course, a regular stand. Now let's take a look at this figure. Because this figure, as soon as I opened it up, I'm like, wait a minute. It looks very, very familiar. And I'll show that in a bit. But let's take a look at the head sculpture. Right away, the head sculpture looks really, really good. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm a sucker for white eyes, and those white eyes look menacing and mean. You got the painted lips, painted cheek on there, that grown on his face looks really good. The mask itself, very clean looking Batman. Again, that's how he looks like in the comic. Very, very good, very clean looking. And you got a little bit of black outline around his eye. You see that right there? Black eyeshadow looks really good. Very subtle, but it looks really good. And of course, with that color blue on there, it's not really blue. It's like a bluish mixed with a greenish kind of blue, if that makes any sense. Head articulation, left and right, good. Up, down, good. So in terms of the articulation of the head, it's good. The paint job is good. Sculpture design is good and clean looking. I dig it, man. I think it's a good looking head sculpture on Batman. Shoulder articulation, good. Bicep, good. Elbows, good. Wrist, good. Torso, not a whole lot of torso. Not a whole lot, but oh, there you go. It's a little stiff. You just had to play with it, but torso back is good. Front is not the greatest. So in terms of the upper body torso, it's good overall. Just the front torso is not the greatest, but everything else looks really good. Again, very clean looking Batman. The costume looks very good, similar to the comic, as you can see in the back left and also the back right. But it looks very good. You got that thick gauntlets on here. Not much to it in terms of the gauntlets and the sculpture design. You got the hand of the gloves. Again, not much to it. It's very simple. You got that black Batman logo, which is very matte. And of course, that dark gray. Same thing, very matte. But again, really, really good, clean looking Batman. And I dig it, man. I really dig it. And I'll dig this color palette. I think this color palette looks really good compared to the other one. Which, don't worry, I'll compare it. And I dig it, man. And the cape, take a look at the cape. Very good, very clean looking. You got some smudge on here. Oh, it's just some dirt. Good, clean looking cape. I dig it. Very stylish here. And I will say though, the cape mixes very, very heavy. Keep that in mind, because posing them, like having them standing up straight, this cape is pretty heavy, so keep that in mind. But overall though, what I think about the upper body, I dig it, man. Very clean looking Batman. So if you're looking at clean looking Batman, especially from the Hush story, this is it, man. This is it, and I'm digging it. Take a look at the belt. The belt looks really, really good. I've said it before, and I'm going to continue to say it again. When you have it separated like this, it looks really good with that utility belt. I don't like it where it's just one piece, and they just literally putting lines on it. For me, I'm not really into that. I like it like this, where it's all separated. You can see that. I'm sure it's the same thing. It's all one piece, and they just cut it. But having it like this looks very separated. It looks very, very, very good, man. I'm really digging it. Leg articulation, good. Knees, good. Ankles, very loose, but good. And then toes, good. Similar to the upper body, You got the same color palette. You got that matte gray. Same with the underwear, and you got that bluish greenish. I know my camera looks like it's blue, but it's not really blue. It's like a bluish, dark blue, greenish kind of color. If that makes any sense. But very simple, clean looking legs, man. Not much to it. It's just very muscle tone. Overall, I dig it, man. I really, really dig it. I really dig it. So overall, what do I think about this figure? Personally, I like this figure. I really like this figure. Again, very clean looking Batman. If you're looking for something clean looking, more of a comic accurate, this is probably going to be your best bet. If you're looking for something very detailed, like a lot of sculpture and design and a lot going on, then this might not be for you. But for the most part, though, it's a good, clean looking figure, man. And so the question is this worth the retail price? Personally, I think for 20 bucks, I think it's a good deal because you get two different hands. You get the Batarangs, and you get, of course, a good, clean-looking Batman. And for 20 bucks, I think it's a good deal, man. It's not the best deal out there, but it's a very good deal. You get a good-looking Batman with good sculpture design, good articulation, limited in the front torso, but the paint is good, man. I dig it. So to me, Batman Hush gets a thumbs up for me. Here we have the Batman Hush original one that came with a 2-pack with Hush. So here is the original Batman and, of course, the new one. They both look good. In terms of sculpture design, they're pretty much identical, to be honest with you. The same type of gauntlet, same type of belt. Obviously, the big difference is going to be the paint and, of course, the head sculpture. So if you would ask me which one I prefer, personally, I'm going to go for this one because I like more of this color palette and I prefer this kind of head sculpture. This one, it's fine. It's just something about the head just looks kind of off about it. The paint job is good, though. I can't go wrong with it. It's very good, clean looking. I just prefer this color. And of course, the sculpture design, they're pretty much identical in terms of sculpture. In terms of if there's any really difference, I might say it could be because of the cape, but I believe it's just because this one, if I had it in my storage, I wouldn't be surprised. It's just kind of compressed in terms of the cape. But apart from that, man, everything else is pretty much identical. Of course, apart from the head sculpture. But there you go, showing you these two different Hushes Batmans. Here we have the other Batman that looks very similar, which is pretty much identical, is the Batman from the DC vs. Vampires, the Walmart exclusive one, and of course Batman, the Hush one. In terms of sculpture design, honestly, they're pretty much identical sculpture. The main difference is obviously it's going to be the head sculpture, the cape. That cape looks identical. I just feel like it's just this one. Maybe just being compressed in terms of the cape itself, and just a blood splatter on the hands. But apart from that, articulation is practically the same thing. So they're essentially the same figure, just a few differences though. I'm just showing you how these two look side by side. I like these head sculptures. I like these figures. The sculpture is good, but that cape is heavy. So posing them, I'm having issues with it. It could just be mine, have loose joints, but man, as you can see, I'm having trouble posing them, like setting up straight. So I have to kind of bend one of the knees. Here we have Hush from Hush Story, and of course Batman Hush. Both look good, man. I really dig it. I like Hush, don't get me wrong. Just something about it. I wish there was more. I wish you can actually uncape him, I guess you would say, like uncape him, unbutton him. You can see the inside, maybe his armor, but it is what it is, though. And just showing you how these two look side by side. And I believe this is the what do you call it? The 2-pack one. Because there's two versions of the Hush. There's the one with the regular face, and there's the screaming face. And I want to say this is the 2-pack one. Because I know the regular one comes with purple hands or something like that, or pink hands, or gloves, I should say. And of course, they have a head sculpture. But nonetheless, so here we have Batman Hush and Hush. And speaking with the Hush story, we have Superman from the Hush story, and of course, Batman himself. This is the Gold Label online McFarlane Store website exclusive figure, which is sold out in minutes. And I think they did a reprint, a rebatch of them, and sold out again. So I hope in the future maybe McFarlane adds more to the inventory of the Superman Hush, because a lot of people want it, but it just sold out in minutes, man. Just how much people really wanted this figure. It's a cool looking Superman. I like the muscle tone, but luckily they're making a non-gold label one, which has a regular, I believe it's the same kind of sculpture, just the head is going to be different. But here you go, having two Hush characters from the Hush story. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, this freeze works very well with a lot of them. I thought this was from the Arkham game. It's not, but you can also mix it up with like a Hush story, a comic book one. It blends in well, in my honest opinion. And again, we got Mr. Freeze and of course Batman Hush. And like I said, this Freeze blends in very well, either with the video game or the comic book one. I mean, come on, look at this. Having them side by side, you would think this is from from a particular like story from Hush, because I don't remember seeing Mr. Freeze in the Hush story. But anyways, though, just showing you how Batman Hush looks standing next to Mr. Freeze. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with this figure? Do you plan on purchasing this figure? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. That includes an overview of Batman Hush from the Hush story, and on to the next one.